Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So, before we dive into today's episode, which is Bo St. John doubling down on calling Kyle cold, while Kyle claps back as to why she thinks Dorit and Bose are friends anyway. And she also talks about her hurt feelings, and then Bose reacts to being labeled as Dorit's spokesperson. I mean, no lies detected on all accounts except for I do not agree with Bose. I think she's kind of a hypocrite and she's projecting. So, with that, be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and let's dive right on in. So, this is according to Reality Blurb. It says, Bozema St. John didn't mince her words when she accused Kyle Richards of being cold in the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. In fact, after the episode aired, she doubled down on the statement, as Kyle admitted to being hurt by the diss and targeted the bias of Bose's friendship with Dorit Kemsley. She explained why her stance is firm and clapped back at claims of being Dorit's spokesperson, as Garcelle Bouvet and Sutton Strack also weighed in. Quote, my opinion on how Kyle is behaving is my opinion, and no one can tell me that's wrong, Bozema declared on the February 18th episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills After Show. Quote, I think that Kyle was cold to me. I don't take that back at all. She was. Now, why was she cold? We could talk about that. If she says she was cold because she's going through her own situation and she didn't want to open up to me, who is a stranger to the group, is fine. Easy enough explanation. But then don't get pissed because I said that you were cold. According to Boz, it was Kyle's denial that was so infuriating. Ugh, Bulldog Bose, what's infuriating is you and your weird projection. Like, who hurt you? Like, I'm confused. I think Bose really, I don't know if, and again, this is just my opinion, conjecture. I don't know this woman. But from her behavior on the show, I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe she felt rejected growing up. Maybe she didn't have a lot of friends. I don't know what her problem is, but for her to say that Kyle was cold to her is bizarre and is such a projection because the truth is, Boz was cold to Kyle. You know what I mean? Like, she decided that Dorit was going to be her BFF. They were going to be up each other's butts, and it was the two of them, Velma and Louise, right into the sunset. Everybody else be damned. Because the only person that Bose has been nice and warm and kind to has been Dorit and Erica. And Erica is the only person that Dorit gets along with. Bulldog Bose has been cold and rude and not open to Garcelle, to Sutton, to she doesn't even really acknowledge Jennifer Tilly, to Kathy, to Kyle. I think it's rather cold to go to someone's family and sit in their home with this person's family. Kathy is Kyle's sister, and talk trash about her family. How dare you? How dare you go to Kathy and be like, I think Kyle is cold. That's her sister. That's her family. And you know the history and their dynamics. To me, that is wild and crazy work and crazy behavior. And then you want to attack Kyle for texting with PK. Well, if it's not girl code for Kyle to text to PK, I think it's code not to go to somebody's family member and trash them. That's bizarre and crazy behavior when you don't even know Kyle like that, and you sure as hell don't know Kathy like that. It would be one thing if you and Kathy were really close and you were like, hey, Kathy, I feel like your sister's cold to me. I want to get to know her. I don't know what's going on. Can you help repair this friendship or get us on the right track? That would be totally different. For example, like with Garcelle, when she went to Sutton's mother, Reba, and was like, hey, like, I love your daughter. We're really great friends. She's expressed to me, and it wasn't even about Garcelle's friendship with Sutton. It was about Sutton's relationship with her mother. I'm just giving this as an example, right? She's expressed to me that she wants to be closer to you. She wants to hear that you love her. That intentionality and that relationship is totally different. The Bulldog Bows pipe down. You have been very cold and you have been very dismissive and you haven't been open to meeting the other women. And I agree with what Kyle said in this last episode. She was like, yeah, you say you're not biased. You say you don't want to pick a side, but your actions say differently, and you have. I agree with Garcelle when she was like, stop being Dorit's spokesperson. You have been her spokesperson. And I disagree with commentary saying that Garcelle is a hypocrite because, oh, Garcelle is Sutton's spokesperson. How dare she then call Bose Dorit's spokesperson? It's different. It's new. Like, there's like the nuanced Nellies out there who don't get it. It's totally different. Garcelle has been open to having, and Garcelle does have her own relationships with the other women. Garcelle also interjects when the conversation around Sutton involves her and she's been involved in the beef or in whatever is going on. For example, with Dirty Diana, with Kyle, she has her own interpersonal relationships and her own situations going on and her own opinions about it when she speaks up for Sutton. It's completely the context and the relationships are completely different. Bozema came in, drank all of Dorit's Kool-Aid, and is now being mean to everybody else. Like, why are you beefing with Sutton? Why are you beefing with Kyle? Doesn't make any sense. Why? Because Dorit does? And her little, like, the way she acts on the after show, it's very hard to watch. Very hard to watch. I actually think the person who is cold is Bose, not Kyle. And I also think and also as a new person in a group, you are also responsible for opening up and sharing your life. You just talking about this fake relationship with this guy and the fake baby storyline that I don't think anybody is buying, not even the people who's buying that storyline, who's buying this relationship. Like, what are you actually showing about your life? Every scene you just talk about corporate and you talk about your um a husband who unfortunately passed away, and I get it, those are big things, but like, what else? What else? I don't want your resume. I want to know you as a person, and I don't see it. And if all you can do is be Dorit's spokesperson, then I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And I don't think Kyle was cold. And I do think that, and I agree with the commentary that in the past, Kyle has really been protected and hasn't opened up as much about her life. But I actually don't think that's true this season. One, because I think she's been forced to open up by production and by the other women. Um, and number two, I think my only criticism when it comes to Kyle that opening up is the whole Morgan Wade thing. The whole, like, we can't say her name this episode or this season. That to me was whack as hell. But other than that, I do think she's been more honest. She's been honest about losing her best friend. She's been honest about being lonely and what's going on with Mauricio and the separation and her kids. I think she's been very honest about that stuff, exploring her sexuality, what that means or what it doesn't mean. Like, I think she's been very open. I think in the past she hasn't, but I think now she has been because she has to be. Production isn't playing. Garcelle is holding her feet to the fire. Sutton is holding her feet to the fire. Dorit coming after Kyle, I think, is only because because Dorit has never liked Kyle and she finally gets to say what she actually thinks about her. And two, Dorit has nothing to lose. She has to show up or she's going to get bumped, and no diamond means no check. So Bose coming in and Bose not creating her own. I think Bose is doing herself a big disservice. She's not creating her own storyline. Her personality ain't it. And I don't think Dorit is the person to anchor your ship to. That's just how I personally look at it. I don't understand this whole Dorit's amazing. We love Dorit and Bose's friendship. What friendship? That's an alliance. That's not a friendship. A friendship is Garcelle and Sutton. An alliance is Dorit and Bose. I don't even think Dorit likes Bose like that. I think Dorit is using Bose. To me, I think that Dorit sees Bose as a useful idiot. Dorit can now say, I'm not racist. I have a black friend. See. And then Bulldog Bose is her spokesperson and all this stuff. It's bizarre. Okay. Continuing. Quote, if Kyle says, you know what, Bose, you're right. I'm cold. I was cold toward you. You know why? Because of XYZ thing. Then this is a non issue, she explained. I would feel much more respect for her in that situation if she acknowledged the fact that, oh, she's mad at Dorit because of XY thing, or she doesn't want to talk about the situation in her life because of XY thing. While Bose noticed that Kyle wouldn't open up to her, Kyle didn't agree with her assessment in the early moments of their friendship. Quote, it genuinely just hurt my feelings because I was having a completely different experience, she admitted. Are you just saying this because you're friends with Dorit? That's why I asked the other ladies, have you spent a lot of time with Bose? Did you go visit her after her surgery? No. No, I didn't even know she had a surgery, is what they said to me. So I felt that seemed a little strange to me. I agree with Kyle. I think Bulldog Bose was the one who was cold and not open. That's just how I saw it. Although Kyle admitted that it might take her longer to open up, she suspected Bo's closest to Dorit was a bigger factor. I think that I think that coming into the season, maybe Dorit was feeling like we weren't in a good place, and she knew that she and Sutton and Garcelle weren't. So there was someone new coming in, and she kind of put her energy there. And then Bose was new, and I think she just sort of latched on, and they sort of just latched on to each other. She noted. I agree. During another segment of the after show, Bozema shot down the idea that she was acting as Dorit's spokesperson, explaining that she was simply taking up for Dorit as Sutton made an early exit because they were in her home. You're in Dorit's house and she's over there and everybody's over here with Sutton who's trying to leave, she recalled. If she's trying to leave, let her go. I don't understand why we're sitting around trying to convince her to stay. She doesn't want to stay. See, this is the thing. But Bose, you didn't even ask why Sutton was upset. You just came in the house and being Dorit's bulldog, just automatically went and scolded the women. You didn't say, Sutton, why are you upset? What happened? Are you okay? You know, let fill me in on what's going on. You just came over, why are you guys at the entrance? If you want to leave, leave, and blah 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 blah. Like, get in the game. You know what I mean? Don't just automatically be a bulldog for Dorit. Get in the game, ask questions, create friendships outside of your friendship with Dorit. That is what the women are saying. You didn't even ask what happened. You don't even know what happened. You don't know who's right or who's wrong. And quite frankly, as the host, it's Dorit's job to make sure that her guests are comfortable. It's not the guest's job to make sure that the host is comfortable. That's what hosting is. Pipe down. Pipe down. Anyway, according to Bose, it was hypocritical for Garcelle to label her Dorit's spokesperson when defending Sutton after she called Dorit a bitch. Well, you know what? If you act like a bitch, you might be called a bitch. Da, 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 da. Anyway, so there's that. I just sort of feel like Bulldog Bose is not making the best impression. I agree with Kyle. And to be honest with you, this season is the first season where I have been primarily just team Kyle across the board when it comes to her beefs. Now, when it comes to Kyle and Sutton, Kyle and Garcelle, I love that little trio they got going on. It's a vibe to me. I think they're holding each other accountable. I think it's cool. I think they're fun to watch. I'm with it. When it comes to Dorit going after Kyle, I'm team Kyle. Ding dong Dorit, girl, stop. Stop acting like you're so hurt by Kyle. When the truth is, you never liked her in the first place. That is evident. If you want to know how somebody really feels about you, have a falling out. Create a boundary. When you say no to someone, when you have a boundary with someone, when you fall out with someone, and they say all these horrible, hateful things to you, that is what they have always thought and what they have been waiting to say. Or just tell somebody no. No, I can't do that. Or no, no. And see what their response is. What you're seeing from Dorit is how she's always felt. Bozema, miss me. Get a storyline, get a personality, then we can talk. Create friendships outside of Dorit, then we can talk. But as always, I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you agree? Are you like me and Kyle, where you're like Dorit and Bose, this is more of an alliance because Dorit needed an ally? And do you think I think Bose is projecting. I think she was the one. I don't know what has happened to Bose, but it's giving like, I don't know, maybe she didn't feel accepted in the past by people, maybe she's felt on the I don't know, but it's giving projection. It's giving she is creating meaning around things that's not there. Like even for example, when the women were at the entrance of the house all rallying around Sutton and what struck me when Bose was like, "Oh, why are they all over there and I'm gonna be left out?" Why would you think that you're left out? Why do you think that the women are being cold to you? I feel like you're projecting something that has happened or your own insecurities onto this group of women that isn't true. And I think that you probably need to deal with some of your stuff going on. Because why would you say, and I'm gonna be left out? Nobody was leaving you out. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.